Now we're going all the way over to find Mr. Michael Sinclair. He's through to boot camp in the X-Factor. What a rich musical history. Mike, good morning.
Good morning. Is it good afternoon? Is it good morning? It's good morning in England. It's good here where I am, yeah.
Yeah, working in 3 time zones. It's good afternoon just here in Bulgaria, and good morning in Central Europe, and good evening in the Philippines.
Is it really?
Yeah, oh yes.
Well, it's a beautiful day here in Cardam, and it's a great pleasure for me to talk to you. You've been my hero for, 70 years?
Oh, well, what could I say? After a gentleman with your history of so much rich music, thank you very much. You're more than welcome to this radio station, by the way.
It's my pleasure. Thanks a lot.
So, tell me, Mike, I know, because I know your biography, listeners out there around the world probably don't. Tell us about your singing career, mate.
First started singing, I think it was the Queen's coronation, and Her Majesty thought I was wonderful, but Prince Albert wasn't that. No, I started singing in the 60s in England. Grew up with people who went on to be stars, Vance Arnold and the Avengers, but he was Joe Cocker.
Yeah, Mr. Cocker.
Yeah, Shane Fenton lived about 5 miles from me.
Oh, dear Alvin
Stardust.
Yes.
I was with a band or group, as it was called then. We copied Cliff and the Shadows, all the steps, and it was great. But I did that for about 7 years, and then I got married in 1967. I got a proper job.
Father-in-laws used to say that, didn't they? Isn't it time you got a proper job?
That's right. So I went to work, did nothing again till 1984, and then somebody came along and said, "You used to sing a bit." And I said, "Well, yeah." And Frankie Vaughan was appearing in Chesterfield, so I got my old band together from the 60s and we supported him.
How brilliant is that? Yes, know the gentleman very well. Spent some time with him in the UK, in many various places, and Esther, and his lovely wife Esther,
Yeah, nice man. So we did this show, and then I retired once more. So it's been one roller coaster ride, really, until I came here to Bulgaria in 2008.
Right, and then you sort of got back into music again.
Well, yeah, because I came here officially to retire at my age, but as soon as I got to the village of Cardam and I went to the bars and I heard all the English music, and there was a guy in Cardam and got a karaoke machine.
All right.
And he said, "Why don't you have a sing?" So I had a sing and went to Balchik and did a gig there, and then somebody heard me and said, "Do you want to make a CD?" So I did that.
Oh, wow, brilliant.
And then the kindness of yourself and Nick Price, who started playing my music on your station.
Yeah, love it.
That obviously got me noticed a little bit. Well, quite a lot, I suppose.
Right.
And then from that, you want to know about the X-Factor?
Well, yeah, I would love to know about that. How are they treating you? And is Mr. Cowell involved? He must be, surely.
What is, they bought the franchise over here, Nova TV. I don't know how much is involved. The producer at Nova did say that Simon Cowell was coming over.
Right.
But probably not until October when the live shows go out.
Right.
Quite frankly, for somebody like me, it's been a grueler.
I bet.
Yeah, I did 2 full days on auditioning. Got 6 hours sleep over a 3-day period.
Wow.
Time. I know it's really difficult, to be honest. Nova TV did loads of promotional videos and interviews with this terrific man called Deo.
Right.
I'd never heard of, but he's a Bulgarian pop star.
Yeah, big star here in Bulgaria.
Well, I didn't know him from Adam or Adamant, really, but he was a nice guy, made me feel welcome. I went there, when was it, in June?
Right.
2 full days. Got a phone call 2 days later saying I was wanted to go to this first televised recording, which was on the 26th of July. And it was then, I just couldn't believe the support I got from all the Brits over here. They were amazing. They turned up in their, I don't know how many, but because they were all scattered around, there must have been 40 or so of them. I didn't know half of them. I knew some, didn't know half, but they turned up.
Right.
They had banners and flags, Union Jacks and all this stuff.
Right.
And it was amazing. And I think, probably predominantly down to them was one of the reasons I got through this.
Really?
and got onto boot camp, yeah.
So did they kind of tell you almost straight away you were into boot camp, or did you have to wait a while and sit and sweat?
Well, they told me I'd wait a while, but they got back to me quite quickly. They had to finish other auditions I went to Varna, and they had to finish them off in Sofia.
Right.
First. As soon as they'd finished them, the same day, the same evening, which was last Monday or Tuesday.
Right.
I had a call from this wonderful girl who's been, she's been terrific to me all the way through this. She's an English-speaking Bulgarian girl.
Right.
And they've sort of handed her over to me because they know my Bulgarian is probably about as good as yours. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
It's not really good. I don't know how good yours is, but mine's awful.
No, join the club.
Right, yeah, I find it very difficult. Anyway, she rang up and said, "You'd be pleased to know you're in boot camp, which is next, it starts Tuesday coming in Sofia."
Right, so you're going to, is it a bit like the X-Factor that we know in the UK? You're going to go to somebody's mansion or something and do it like that?
Well, it starts off in this hotel, which is called the Hotel Dedeman Princess, which is, it's like a 5-star place. It's about 20 lev for a glass of Savorka, all that.
Oh dear, oh dear.
So we stay there. There's quite a lot there, and they're only looking for, I think it's 24 people.
Right.
I'm obviously in the over 25s, and then 6 singers or singing groups from each category go through to judges' houses.
Right.
Once you're through to there, well then yes, you're on the live shows, which starts in October.
Right.
Go through to December.
So who's mentoring you?
We don't know. If I get through the boot camp, then the 4 judges who will be there are same as England. I think they pick straws.
Right.
And I'm hoping, there are 2 ladies and 2 gents on this judging panel. I hope there's a blonde girl. I hope she can't hear this broadcast, but she was doing a bit of flirting with me, so I'm hoping that I get her.
There you go. Well, in fact, we are in touch with X-Factor Bulgaria on a regular basis. We are communicating. I'm pushing you down their throat sort of thing, and they do listen into the radio from time to time.
Okay, well, if she hears that, please pull the straw that includes Michael Sinclair.
Why not? But listen, it's a fabulous experience for you.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. Because, as I said earlier, I'd retired, I thought, gracefully into village life here in Cardan.
Yeah.
Now I'm acting disgracefully again. But
why not? Keep it young.
Yeah, I mean, if people are listening to this, I mean, maybe some people can get an inspiration from this and will think that at a certain age, maybe we're just waiting for the man upstairs to call us. But we're not. You know,
no.
Whatever age we are, there's always something we can do, and this proves it, really.
It certainly does prove it, because, you know, what they're saying now is the 60s are the new 40s, and just to prove it, there was a lady the other day, 61 years of age, jumped into the sea in Cuba and was going to swim all the way to Florida.
Really?
She swam 30 hours and became a bit ill and had to give up the old swim. But we can do anything we want once you're in your 60s. No problem at all.
Yeah, I look at tomorrow's another day, and when I wake up tomorrow, if I do wake up, that's wonderful, and I just get on with this. And I want exposure. You know, I'm not a negative guy. I'm quite positive, but I'm a realist. And to be honest, I don't expect to win X-Factor, but, you know, I need to go as far as I can. And
sure.
If I can get to these finals in October, that would be absolutely wonderful.
So I do believe you've got to sing a Bulgarian song, yeah?
Yeah, I've got the words in front of me at the moment. I'm doing a Deo song.
Right.
And when the young lady from Nova TV rang me and I told her which song I was singing, she was absolutely over the moon, because she said, well, Deo's comparing this. He'll love you for that. He'll help you. It was #1 in Bulgaria in 2010. It's called Stay With Me Again. It's half in English. It's half.
Yes.
It's a great song. It's very catchy. It's got a good melody line. There's only 4 verses in Bulgarian. I've got it translated phonetically, so it's not that difficult.
Brilliant. Well done.
So, you know, hopefully at boot camp I can sit in my bedroom and get it off properly.
Yeah, I'm sure you will be fine, and all the rehearsing at home and go to the karaoke machine. You're going to get it done right, mate.
Well, it's a matter of doing your best, and if your best is good enough, you get through, and if you don't, well, it's an experience. You know, that's my attitude to it at the moment, anyway.
Well, I mean, you can look forward once the exposure comes, because they do film boot camp and everything. You're going to get lots of exposure and maybe a sort of a record deal out of it that you could put out in Europe.
Well, you never know. I've already had telephone calls, one last evening, from newspapers in the UK who somehow have picked up this. I don't know where they get it from.
I do. It's come out of our UK office, by the way, young man.
All right. Yeah. Well, coming back to what I said about you and Nick Price in his afternoon show. I'm not just saying this, Bobby, but I owe such a lot to you because you played my CDs. You were the first people to play it on it was Trust Radio, now it's Trust Global. Yeah. Played them. You played Johnny Remember Me, which I did at the audition. You did all that. People obviously heard that. I got the invite to X-Factor. The Brits came along. They supported me. The Bulgarian audience, when I walked out on that stage to 500 or 600 Bulgarian people, the best I expected, to be honest with you, was a polite applause.
Right.
Because all the Brits were actually backstage watching me on monitors, which the director was using, you know, as they do.
Sure.
And when I got out there, the Bulgarian people, they just stood up, they chanted. It was the best response I'd had since my honeymoon night.
Well done, dear boy. But I want to, you know, the power of radio is such. I want to tell you about a little young lady. She's actually touching 20 this year. Her name is Sophie Purdy. I played her track. She did a cover of a track by, I think it was the Swinging Blue Jeans, You're No Good. I heard only last week that she now has superb management back in the United Kingdom, and I do believe there's an album deal. So it can happen.
This is what it needs. I mean, you did it for me. You played my music. People obviously took up on that, and this is where I am now. And it's been a roller coaster for 6 months.
And I know it's going to be a great experience for you. And you know that we're all behind you, so we do expect texts and sort of Skypies as soon as you know what's happening.
I'm there in Sofia from the 16th to the 20th, hopefully.
Brilliant.
So sometime from the 21st onwards, yes, I'll be letting everybody know what happens or what has happened, and hopefully it's good news.
Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous, mate.
Yeah, I'm very pleased, and thank you very much.
No problem. Have you got any gigs before you go?
I have a job at doing that. I do sing in Bolchik. There's a nice guy there called Plam, and he has a bar called the Irish Rover.
Oh, right, yeah, I know, near George's British Lion Food Stores. I know where you are, yeah.
No, I go down there and sing for him quite often. I don't get paid. He buys me a meal.
No, well, that's fair enough, my dear boy. It just keeps the old tonsils sort of in fine shape.
Yeah, sadly, the Englishman who used to do the karaoke here in Cardiff, he's gone back to UK, so I can use him now to rehearse with, unfortunately.
Oh dear. Oh, well, keep your pecker up, though, dear boy, and we're looking forward to you going to Sofia. It's a long way you've got to travel. It's a good 6-hour journey from where you are.
It's a bit more from, I've had problems, to be honest, trying to find out how the devil I get there, but eventually we know that there's a coach leaving from General Toshivo on Tuesday morning. It takes about 8 hours, but it'll be okay. So I'll get there and have a rest at the hotel, and we've got a meeting that night at 7 p.m. in the hotel with all the people in boot camp. Wow. And that is when they tell you what they expect of you, and they throw songs at you, which you have to learn overnight and perform them the next day, which I'm not forward to, but it'll be okay. It'll
be fine, dear boy, and you've got a great voice. In fact, after this interview, we're going to play your track, Johnny Remember Me.
Oh, that's good. Thanks a lot.
All right, mate. Well, listen, everybody who's listening, there's 2.7 million people wishing you the best of luck as we speak right now.
Oh, well, I'll say to those 2.7 million, please support me for as far as I can get. Thanks a lot.
All right, Michael. Well, listen, best of luck. It's been great talking to you.
And you, Bobby.
And regards to everyone down there that knows us.
Will do.
All right, mate. Take care now.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.